What's up, sinners and saints? I'm Jaysin.
And I'm Hilda, and this is Boudoir After Dark.
This is the podcast where we get curious as fuck about sex, kink, desires, and all the things people whisper about but rarely ever say out loud.
We're not experts pretending to have all the answers. We're explorers, we're students, and we're constantly blown away by how many different ways humans experience pleasure, identity, intimacy, and power.
This show exists because the world of sex is massive, layered, nuanced, and wildly misunderstood. We're here to ask the questions that sometimes people might be too afraid to ask, and then challenge the bullshit assumptions that we've all been taught.
Every episode we're learning about the psychology, the emotion, the history, the humanity behind the, oh my God, you're into that type of moments. If that sentence made you uncomfortable, good. That's usually where the truth lives.
This is a judgment-free, consent-forward, and curiosity-first space. We don't kink shame. We don't dumb shit down, and we definitely don't sanitize desires to make it easier to swallow.
So if you're here to learn, unlearn, and maybe question a few things you thought you knew,
welcome to Boudoir After Dark.
Let's get into it.
Boudoir After Dark. This is me.
Donna, thank you so much for being on our show. Our first, what are we calling this?
Boudoir
After Dark show. Yes. There we go. We're not going to go
fancy
and make up a new name. That
Absolutely
it is
not.
What it is. So we appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
Is the mic on?
Yeah, typically we would do like an introduction.
No. This
No?
is the introduction.
Wow, let's just jump into it.
Yeah. Nobody gives a shit about us.
Let's go for it.
Yeah.
This year, Hilda and I ventured out to do a convention to bring awareness to Boudoir After Dark, as we actually popped our cherry at Kinky College 2025, homecoming in October. There we met a plethora of amazing, amazing people, and we heard just grandiose amount of stories. But one of the people we met there just utterly melded with us unbelievably, and we had the best conversations with. And since then, we've been hanging out and
Chatting with her.
yeah,
And
a lot.
learning.
And that's the good part about a podcast, is introducing who's on the show. So today we'd like to introduce Donna. Donna, thank you so
you for having
much for
me.
coming.
Welcome to our first official episode.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yay. So how did you end up in kink?
I met a Dom online on one of the dating sites, and he was telling me how there's a huge kink community in Elgin, and I'm going, well, I've lived here 20 years and had no idea there was a kink community here.
So this was a vanilla dating site?
Yes.
Okay. And you were
Yes.
just like out there.
Yeah.
What, was this after your divorce?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it was about 6 months or so after my divorce.
Okay. And you're like, let me see what's out there.
Let me venture out and see.
Okay.
Yes.
And how did you know he was a dom?
He had it on his profile, and so it intrigued me, and we still talk from time to time. He's really a super special person in my life. Somebody I can go to when I have questions or concerns.
Okay. And I just recently started learning about this. So a lot of people don't know what a dom is. Would you like to explain?
Dominant is a dom is a dominant. Some people call him a top. It's the one who you're giving your power to, and they are taking control of the scene.
What is a scene?
Scene could be anything as simple as
And
impact.
we're talking
or-
about sexy time, correct?
Yes,
Okay,
definitely.
sexy time. Okay.
But again, kink is not always sex either, too. So there's a wide variety of different things you can do.
And we're going to go down a rabbit hole of that, because I think that's something that's going to open people's minds up wholeheartedly, because I think so many people consider kink and sex to be in the same category.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not. I mean, sometimes some of your kinks could go into the sex part, but not all kinks have sex attached to it. I have many play partners that I do scenes with, and we don't have sex. We do sexy things. We have a good time. We do impact. We do fire. We do knife play. There's all different kinds of things I'm into.
So describe exactly what a scene is and how one would like to talk to somebody about that. Like, how do you and your partner discuss a scene?
We usually start with a negotiation. We decide what we're going to do, what implements we're going to use. Everything that we're going to use, we agree upon beforehand. We don't add anything in once the scene starts, because they could be in a headspace where they're not able to make good decisions once we start. And they could go into a subspace where their head is like floaty and going, yes, I want to try everything. And you're like, that's not what we agreed upon.
Okay.
So you always stay within whatever you agreed upon at the beginning.
So what would a subspace be like for somebody? Is
It could be floaty. It could be just, I know I have a friend who, when he goes into subspace, he goes to sleep. His brain shuts off.
Oh.
And that's how he goes into his little Zen moment.
Okay. So it's like a Zen moment. Okay.
It's different for everybody. Everybody has a different subspace. One of my partners who is transitioning male to female, he hasn't hit the same subspace twice. Even if I do the same things, he will be into a different subspace. And it's really interesting. So I'm relearning one of my partners.
Wow.
Which is really fun.
So a subspace from the same partner doing the same type of scene might look different. Wow.
And it also could be on how you're feeling that day. You could have had a hard day at work and you're going to have a different subspace. For me, when I was submissive, if I'm really quiet, I'm figuring out either am I safe with who I'm playing with? Because if I haven't played with them before, I don't know. Did I have a rough day? And I just need to release and let that energy go. Once I get into a good space, not always subspace, but in a good space, I will giggle when somebody's doing impact on me. Pain makes me giggle. It's just how I'm wired.
And impact is
Hitting of any kind with floggers, paddles, hands, anything.
okay. And that makes you giggle when you're in the right subspace. That's what you're saying.
When I'm in the
Okay.
good headspace.
Good
yeah.
headspace. Okay. And headspace is different from subspace.
Yes.
In what way?
And it's where your head is at. Like if you've got a lot of things going on in your life and you're just not in a good place where you want to do impact or any kind of play, don't do it. 100%. Like this is something where people can actually get really hurt. So you want to make sure you're in a good mindset. I've had a few friends of mine, we were going to do scenes together and they're like, yeah, I'm just really tired. And I'm like, cool, we don't need to do it. You're not in a good headspace. Let's do it for another day.
So people who are in the lifestyle and more experienced, they're able to more clearly communicate, oh, I'm not in a good spot today.
Yes.
Let's just skip it or do something else.
Yeah.
Okay, fascinating.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because if you're going to do something like impact or knife play, you can really do some serious damage to somebody and you want to make sure you're in the right headspace so that you're not going to hurt them. Because you never want to break your toys. You want to play with your toys, not break them.
I love that you said you don't want to break your toys, but yeah, who cares about your subs? You could break them.
No. You don't want to break your toys. Your toys are important. So.
So I'm still fascinated by that you were a sub and then now you're a dom.
So let's go into that.
Okay.
Instead of jumping all over the place, let's start at the beginning. Donna, how did you get into this lifestyle?
Basically, I got into it when I was talking to the dom online, and I went to my first munch. Munch is just a social where people have food and get to know each other that have the same open-mindedness of, hey, we're all kinky people. We do kinky things and we enjoy it. And then from there, I had a few partners. I had one dom for a long time. Him and I, we had really good conversations. He was like my mentor. After 2 divorces, he taught me what an adult relationship looks like. So I actually now know what an adult relationship looks like, and he set the bar really high. So anybody that I consider to be a partner for long term has to hit that bar. So if they don't, then we don't need to play.
What does that mean, an adult relationship?
Unfortunately, I have a habit of finding narcissistic men in my life. And he taught me how to make better decisions. He would be my little devil's advocate, making sure I was making the right choices in my life. When I would want to go off on a tangent, he would bring me back down to earth and be like, well, now, if you do that, this could happen, So he was really good about getting me level and stuff.
Is he the one that introduced you to the lifestyle?
No, I was in the lifestyle before I met him.
Oh.
I actually met him, I believe it was on another dating site, but it was a kinky dating site. And so, yeah, we really got to know each other very well.
And how did you figure out when you first decided to be in the lifestyle? Like, what kind of things were you feeling, or how did you stumble
I was
into
curious about it all. I had no idea that this has been going on for many, many years. So it was all new to me when I first started.
that? What do you mean? What has been going on for many, many years?
Kink lifestyle.
Got it.
It has been different names and different topics about it. But yeah, it has been around since I was a kid, but I just didn't know it.
I mean, let's be honest. Most people, the only kink they know about is 50 Shades of
Yeah.
Grey.
Right.
Like,
and
that's how I discovered
and that is really
it.
not a kink. Like if you bring that up into our kink world, people are like, no, that's not kink. No, that is a love story. That's
is.
all it is.
But he was a masochist, and he did get off on beating her. So it was very kinky to the average white suburban woman. Let's be honest. I thought my second son exists because of that book. All right.
Fair.
So
But
it
yeah.
hit a nerve with some people.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it did, and it brought the curiosity in a lot of
Exactly.
people, of course.
Exactly.
But it's not true to form in a lot of ways.
Yes,
So-
it's like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs type of story. Yeah,
Right.
it's just a fantasy. Okay,
yeah. So
what was that? You heard it too,
The
right?
ghost of downstairs.
Okay,
I didn't hear nothing.
all right, got it. So that's just a fantasy, and reality is
It's completely different.
Can you walk us through like a stereotypical kink session?
For me, if I'm with my sub, who I do have a sub in my life, it would be depending on what our mood is and what we negotiated. He's also a puppy, and he's also my sub. He's also my son, which is a lot of different umbrellas for him.
okay.
But that is our dynamics. So he can put on his puppy outfit, his head, his mask, his paws, his tail, the whole 9 yards, and he becomes a puppy. The first time we did puppy play, he went nonverbal. So he stopped the scene early because that's the first time he went nonverbal on me, and he wanted to make sure I was okay to handle him nonverbal. So now we have cues. When he does go nonverbal, he'll bark at me and let me know he's okay, or if he's not okay, then I know I need to change something.
So what usually happens in a puppy scene?
Just treating him like a dog. He could be eating out of a bowl. He could be, chasing a ball. He could just be cuddling in my lap. It could be anything.
So he's literally pretending to be a dog.
Yep.
Okay.
And I think this is where a lot of people who aren't familiar with what the kink is, and I'll be honest, until maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I had the mindset, oh, puppy play means having sex with a person dressed as a dog.
Because you want to fuck dogs. That's
Yeah,
what people
no,
think.
right.
No, it's just because there's no sex involved. Like it's just literally we cuddle, I pet him, he acts like my puppy, he barks, makes little noises, and it's really cute. The first time we did it, I was very surprised that I was into it because I hadn't done any kind of pet play before. But he put the mask on and he cuddled up in my lap, and I was like, huh, this is kind of cute.
Aw.
I kind of dig this.
Do you think it's easier when the other person kind of goes full into it? Is it make it
Oh, of
easier for
course.
you?
Of course, yeah. Because if you got somebody who's not real sure, then you're not doing your full best in the scenes. I've been with a lot of newbies that are like, ooh, I want to try. Great. I will come down to your level and I will work at your level.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Like I give as well as I take, and I can take a lot and I can give a lot. But yeah, I do work at whoever my partner's level is. So if somebody's brand new and never been hit before,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not going to go at them full force like I would somebody who I know I can take it. Like
Yeah.
my partner, my sub partner, he can take a lot. Like I can go up and punch on him and it's a normal day. But for somebody who's new, I'm not going to walk up to him and punch him in the chest.
Right.
I'm going to go a lot lighter with them, a light flogging, and then I will keep checking in with them. Do you want me to go harder? Do you want me to go softer? Where do you want me to go? Where are you with this? They don't know what subspace is. So when they get that floaty feeling, they don't know what that is. They don't know what to expect. You, as the dom, needs to know how to react with that, and then what they're going to do, what they're going to need. Are they going to need a place to sit? Yes, definitely. They're going to need a place to sit because they're going to have jelly legs. You know, do they need water? Yes, they need to hydrate. Very important.
Okay.
One of my favorite misconceptions that I've learned over time is like the dom can enjoy what they're doing, but the dom really does everything they do for the sub. Can you talk about that a
They're
little bit?
giving us their power. Okay. They're giving us the control to do this to them. They can take that back at any time that they want to. Us as a dom, we take that power very seriously. Like we're taking control in that situation, for lack of a better word. So we are making sure they're safe. We're making sure that, you know, if when they get into that subspace, we stop. We don't let them go too far where they're going to be hurt. One partner of mine, she was afraid to do a scene with me because she knew I was a heavy hitter. And I'm like, dude, I work to your level. Whatever you want, I'm here. And one night we were at dungeon and she goes, can you beat me? And I went, yeah. So I lay out all my toys and I go, what do you want me to hit you with? And she picked whatever she wanted. And the rest I put away. I don't even look at it, touch it, nothing else. I don't take anything from anybody else. Very important that I'm only using what they agree upon. Because that is consent.
Okay.
And before we go any further, can we talk about the giant elephant in the room that I think is probably the most important thing? Consent.
Consent is key. Communication is key. Anything that we do, we have consent for.
And that's both parties.
Both parties. Everybody has to agree. Even if you're doing a CNC, a consent, non-consent scene.
And can you explain that real quick?
What that means, it's kind of like, even if the person is yelling red, no, please stop, da-da-da, you've agreed to this ahead of time. And it's so important that when you do a CNC scene, that your dungeon masters know you're doing it. So when they see and hear the different things,
Like, oh no, please stop.
yes,
You're hurting me.
or like,
it's part of the scene.
Yes,
Okay.
like you know specifically what to look for when they're going to end that scene. There's a specific word we use for that kind of a situation where I'm done. Like we're
And
done.
you discuss that word ahead of time.
Exactly.
Okay.
A lot of people use the stoplight. Red means stop. Yellow means we're doing okay. Change something up a little bit. Green, we're good to go. 100%. Some add other colors in. Some use other words. I know somebody who uses unicorn for their safe word, and I'm like, that's cool.
Hell yeah.
So everybody has their own way of doing things. But consent is definitely key, first and foremost. I won't touch anybody unless they've given me the consent to do so.
So this is fascinating to me because you explained this to us the last time we did a shoot for other people. We talked about the difference between swinger lifestyle and kink lifestyle.
In the kink lifestyle, consent has to be given at every step.
Every step, all the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even
100%.
if it's the same partner doing the same scene, you still
or out-
talk
or
you
out of
about
scene.
you can get
Yeah.
a blanket consent from somebody. Like
Okay.
You like I do have a few people I know I can walk up to them and give them a hug. Yes, I will stop before I give them the hug and I go, "We good?" And once they go, "Yeah, we good," then I can give them a hug. But I also know I have a blanket consent to do that kind of stuff. But I will still always double check just to be safe because you never know where their head is that day.
That to me means so much.
Yes.
Because it's so easy to have a bad day and then great, I'm embracing someone and they are not taking it as well.
Right.
And it doesn't even
100%.
come into your mind sometimes.
Right. Like you never know. Somebody could have died. You don't want to be touched. You just
Yes.
want to be left alone. We have the right to say, no, I do not want a hug today. And I respect that. At KK, somebody I know very well who was working there, I did my normal, hey, how about a hug? And she's like, nope, not today. I'm not feeling it. Cool. I respect that.
Wow.
100%.
Where-
There's no
Whereas
judgment.
I feel like if it was a normal vanilla interaction, I personally would be offended if my friend said, no, not today. They don't want to hug me.
Right,
Because it's like,
exactly. And
but-
that's why it's so different between vanilla and kink because we all respect everybody's right to say yes and no. We all have our own boundaries.
Hugely important what you just said.
and not be upset
Respect
by the answer.
And not be upset by
Right.
it. We respect.
And not try to coerce somebody into doing something that
Yes.
they don't want to do. It is so important.
Yeah.
our group, the Kane County Kinksters, we really say that at all of our meetings and all of our get-togethers. Hey, consent is key. You can't walk up to somebody and touch them, even if it's on their arm, and be like, hey, what are you doing? You just put your hand on me without my consent. I have an issue with that.
Yeah. And that's the one thing that I'm constantly fascinated and impressed by is the amount of education that you and the community that you belong to, like you're constantly educating the old members, the new members, like the people who are just curious. Like, I'm so happy that we can come to you with our newbie questions because we don't know anything.
Of course. And newbies, we give them a little more latitude with their questions because they don't know how to ask the questions in the right way. And we will educate them like, okay, I know what you're trying to say. Try saying it this way if you're going to ask somebody else because they may not understand what you're asking and not know that you're new. So it's really important.
That's been super helpful. Like, I didn't know that I could say no to a hug if somebody comes at me. I'm like, I just assume
you
that
can
I have
say
to
no
hug
to a
everybody.
handshake. You can say no to them putting their hand anywhere on you. You have that right. That is your boundaries.
Thank you for that.
Yeah. And the swinger lifestyle, they're a little different because once you give consent at the beginning of the night and you're having your sex time, in the morning you're waking up with that same partner, that consent is still there. So that's where it's a little different between swingers and kinksters, that we want consent all the way through. We good. Have that discussion beforehand. This is what we're going to do. When I first started doming one of my partners who's a switch, and I'll get back to that, I promise. Okay. I would write it all down. I'm going to use this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And I would write it down. I would send it to him.
Oh, wow.
For the scene. Okay.
And he goes, well, that's really aggressive. There's a lot of things. And I'm like, I may not do all of those things, but I know I can do all of those things or any of those things that we've discussed. And there's no discussing it beyond that point. You know, he said yes. I said yes. We're good to go. And then I would also write on there things that he does not like.
Oh.
So that when I'm doing the scene, I make sure that I'm following those parameters. I can do this, but not this.
Very cool.
Wow.
Very respectful.
That's
And that,
unbelievable.
because that's how my brain works, is I have to see it in writing while I'm doing things so that I know that I'm following what we've agreed upon and there's no consent violation.
That's fascinating because I would feel like that the average vanilla, aka me, like my immediate was like, oh, well, looking at paper while you're trying to have sexy time, it's not that sexy.
But you're not like sitting there reading a book. You're like, you've got little bullet points. I'm going to flog you. I'm going to do CBT on you. I'm going to do this. I'm going to
Like
do
you
that.
can just glance over at it while you're changing toys or
Yes,
whatever. Okay,
exactly.
okay, makes sense. Okay.
You know,
so it
and a lot
doesn't
of-
take away anything.
Right. And a lot of
Okay.
times you'll see I always have my hand on my partner because I always want to know how they're feeling, what's going on. That's that connection that I have.
That's really cool.
Hilda, I think you brought up something that's really interesting that I've been like, my absolutely favorite part about kink lifestyle is you keep bringing up sexy time. And the more I talk to people in the kink world, is that it is nothing like
that
not,
was the
not
biggest
even
shock.
close to kink,
No.
not even close to sexy
Yeah.
time. But what it is it's a grounding.
Yes.
Like especially people like you and I who have pretty severe ADHD and a host of other things. The idea that your brain is always on is so beyond normal for us.
Right.
So when I see people going
Meaning
into
that
their
our
scene,
brain is always on.
yeah.
Okay.
Like
yeah.
it's really normal
Yeah,
for us because
yeah.
our brain is always on,
Yes.
and we hate it. That's why there's medication. It's
Yep.
great.
Right.
But when people go into a scene, I literally see them like melt,
Yep.
and they're just
Yeah.
focused on this one thing, and I'm like, oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And on that note, I really want to say everyone in your group is so warm and welcoming and kind when we have questions.
Well, that comes from the top. You know, she sets
Yes,
the precedent
absolutely.
for everybody. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
So I think that was like the biggest like holy shit moment for me. Well, actually two. One, that it's like how little sex there is in kink. Okay, there might be some kissing and cuddling, but I've seen like one or two people out of like 20 or 30 that, touch genitals, let's just say that,
yeah.
which is neat.
In a sexual way, because you could touch genitals in a
Thank
non-sexual
you. Thank you for
way.
clarifying. Yes.
Before we go off on any other topic,
You mean like CBT?
yes.
So you mentioned it several
the
times.
acronyms are amazing.
Let's have a definition. Warning to all you men out there.
Yeah.
CBT is cock and ball torture, where we can do all kinds of fun things to men's genitalia, and we have classes that we teach to women to teach them to be dominant, to teach them how to do this safely so they don't break their toys and have their men end up in a hospital.
Question. So women can be dominant
Yes.
over men
Yes.
without having to do CBT. So CBT
Oh, yes.
is just a
just a-
separate
It's a kink.
kink for somebody else.
It is a kink.
Okay. So just because you are a dominant woman and you want to do things with a man, it doesn't mean that no. So there's no set rules. There's no set anything.
Whether you have a male partner in front of you or a female partner in front of you, doesn't matter.
Got it.
What matters is the consent. And that they consented to what you're going to do to them.
So, for example, somebody's kink could be hair pulling and kissing, and that's literally the whole scene. Just
Yep.
pull my hair and kiss me.
For me, one of my partners who is submissive, I told him the first time we were playing, I go, pull my hair. And he goes, I can't. I'm a sub. And I went, your mistress is telling you to pull my hair because that's going to get me in a better headspace. You're going to pull my hair. And now he does.
Because
Okay.
you told them to.
Exactly.
Makes sense.
Rabbit hole time.
Okay.
Here we go.
Can you give me a quick definition of between a dom and a sub, and then let's go into subbing? Because I think a lot of people out there, when I talk to people about this kind of stuff, they typically identify either as a dom or a sub, and I'm
Correct.
like, well, you might not be. Like, if you're not into this, if you don't know this stuff. I have a friend who was like, yeah, I can't wait to like push a woman around and tell her. I'm
Yeah,
like,
it's not about that. No.
Nothing like that whatsoever.
No.
So let's briefly walk us through like a good Donna definition of a dom sub.
Dom and sub, not
Yes.
dom sub.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Well, it depends on what side of the hashtag you're on.
Good point.
Oh my God. We have so much to learn.
Yes, you do.
To me, this is like movie genres.
Yes.
Like the further you get down the rabbit hole, the further you're like action adventure. What the hell is that? That's
Right.
way up here.
Yes.
We're down to Jewel of the Nile ripoffs and the 40. Anyway, continue.
Anyway.
Another podcast.
Moving around. Dominant means that you are running the scene. You have created the scene that you want to do with your partner. You take the full responsibility of taking on their power. They give up their power to you. So it's like, hi, you want to beat my ass? Can I say that? I don't know if I can
Yes.
say that. Okay.
Oh,
You can say whatever the fuck you want.
Just making sure.
The 12 people who will watch this are
There'll be a
probably
few more,
already
I
cool.
promise. So if you're going to beat my ass, I'm giving you that power to tie me up, not tie me up. Doesn't matter to me. I don't care. And then hit me with a flogger, hit me with whatever we've agreed upon. Okay.
So the person doing the hitting is the dominant.
Correct.
Okay.
The submissive is the one who is receiving it. So when I'm in submissive space, like after my mom passed away last year, I was in a really bad headspace. And I'm like, I can't figure out how to get out of my funk. I can't get out of my funk. And I called another partner that I know that I trust immensely in this world. And I asked him if he could come over and beat me. And he goes, sure. And he brought his wife, and I love her to death. She's like my daughter. She's just a sweetheart. And so she's like, okay, we had our negotiation. They're like, if you're going to cry, you're going to cry. I'm like, I'm not going to cry. I've done enough crying. I'm done crying. Like, we're done. And he started, and I like knife play, and I like floggers. So when somebody hits me for a while and then uses something sharp on my back, I go into a nice little subspace and I go, wee, yes. And he did that. And I started crying. And he's like, are you good? I'm like, yes, just keep going. Because I needed to get all of that out. I gave him that power to take control of that situation, keep me safe, get me to where I needed to be so that I could release that last bit. Just like a few weeks ago when we had the first anniversary of my mom's passing, and I looked at one of my other admins and I said, I need you to beat me tonight. And he goes, fair. And I'm like, cool. And I was on the cross and I'm like, I'm not going to cry. We good. I'm not going to cry. And I started crying and I'm like going, crap, I'm crying. Here we go.
So sometimes unexpected emotions come up.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a way of me releasing what I need to release. And then once I got all that out, then I started giggling and everybody was like, yay, she's all better. Yes, I was much better after that. But it all depends. But I'm giving them that power to take me on a journey to get whatever I need to get from that scene.
But you're always completely in control because you're asking them to do this.
Correct.
You have your limits. They know your limits.
They know my limits already. Yes. I have I think it's like an 8-page questionnaire I give all my partners before I play with them.
Wow.
Yeah. Anybody I'm going to do a serious long-term play, I will have them fill out the questionnaire that my dom gave to me. Very detailed. And I have people fill that out so I know what I can and can't do.
Wow.
On there it says, yes, I'm okay with this, but maybe this, but definitely not this. And I just know with that, I will read that before I come up with a scene for somebody to be like, okay, so they want to try this, so I could put that in, but I can definitely do this, and I can segue into this, but definitely not that, and that helps me to keep track of what I can and can't do with my partners. And again, we negotiate before we do the scenes.
And what do doms get out of it?
When I'm doming somebody, I really enjoy it. I get a very different adrenaline rush from it than I do as a sub. So here's a good example. When I first started going to KK, I was
KK is
Kinky College. I was very submissive. And then once I started the group and I went in as a leader of a group, I now became this dominant figure in my head. Of course, it's in my head only, obviously.
no, it's more than in your head. We've seen you in action.
But when I'm subbing for a weekend and I go home, my crashes, I'm very mellow. I'm very just zen. I don't make any decisions. I rest. I relax. I enjoy life. When I'm doming for the weekend, I go home, I'm a hot mess. I cry the whole day long. My drop from being a dom all weekend is so different from my sub drop that I actually had to ask my one partner who's a switch. And I went, what is wrong with me? What the heck is going on? I've never had this before. And he's like, oh, you're dom dropping. And I went, what? I'm like, this is different than my sub. And he goes, yeah, it is. And I'm like, well, I don't like this one. So now when I have a very impactful weekend where I'm doming all weekend, somebody has to beat me somewhere in the weekend. I don't care if it's a little bit, a long bit, whatever. Somebody has to do it to even me out so that when I come home, I am normal as can be. Like, there's no dropping at all. I'm just like, let's go. Let's have a good time.
Because being a sub gives you that adrenaline from being beaten to kind of even out the drop from the dom drop?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow.
So it levels me out very well. Very well.
Okay. So you're a switch then?
I am a switch.
And a switch is?
Means I can be either dominant or submissive, and I can switch between the two in a scene.
And it seems like most people are switches, right?
Not always.
No?
No. It could vary. I find a lot more submissive people that want me to beat them than I have people that want to beat me. Okay, let me change that. There's a lot of people who want to beat me, however, on any given day.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, yeah.
So, like, I'm just going to ask the question I think everyone wants to ask. How do you find someone? How do you find someone to even get into this, or a partner to...
Or how do you even explore what you're into? Because a lot of people don't know.
Well, on FetLife, we have our profiles.
What's FetLife? We know, but
yes,
like, just in case.
FetLife is a community of people. It is not a dating site, please. It's a community of people where we can post our events and discuss different things that are on our mind.
But
in a
people
safe
also
environment.
share their themselves
Correct.
and what they want.
Correct.
And so
You know,
some people do treat it as a dating
They do,
site.
and I correct them all the time when they hit me up. Trust me, like this is not a dating site.
But it's a great, like, somebody in the Chicagoland area can log on and say, "Oh, I'm looking for
Anywhere, any
something."
country, any
looking
aspect.
for event, because a lot of people think that getting into the lifestyle is like you have to show up at a dungeon and be beaten to be initiated. It's like no,
Like
No.
a gang ritual. or
yeah,
something.
exactly.
No.
Like no, you
No.
can go take classes, and a
Yes.
lot of them are free. And
Yes,
go to community events.
We host 5 events a month. We have our bingo. We have game night. We have our femdom classes where we're empowering women to be their best dominant selves. And that's really important for us because when I was married, I didn't have a voice. And now I've learned how to use my voice. And even with my family, like my brother was shocked the first time I like stood up to him and I said, "No, this is how I feel. This is how you're making me feel." And he was like very put off by it. And he was like, "Yeah, I was kind of pissed off at you for that one." And I go, "Yeah, I get it. Because I've never spoke my truth. You need to hear what's on my heart. You need to hear what's on my mind. You need to know where I'm coming from."
Have you found that like you meet a new woman and she doesn't know how to find her voice, but through the classes and everything else, suddenly she's like,
they start learning to use their words.
and doesn't that carry over to real life too? I would assume.
Of course.
Okay.
Even my boss has told me that I have become very more confident since I first started.
Wow. And how
Hell
long
yeah.
ago was that?
I started my job about almost 3 years.
And how long have you been in the lifestyle?
I've been in the lifestyle since 2019. I started out with another group. We parted ways on not such good terms. But I did learn a lot from them. They taught me how to run a group and how to teach people and be a leader in the community.
And go ahead and plug your group for anyone who wants to join on
Our
FetLife.
group is Kane County Kinksters, KIK.
And if they just type that in the search, they'll
Yeah.
find you. Okay.
Yep.
On FET.
Unfed.
Unfed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Unfed, yes. And Facebook too. We do have a
Oh,
group
that's
on
right. I
yes,
forgot
about
we
that.
do have
Yeah.
one on Facebook. I just don't give it the attention it needs.
Yeah.
Because I'm one person of many. But yeah, I left their group and my daughter looked at me and she was, "Mom, just start your own group." And I went, "Huh?" She's like, "No, you could do it." And I went, "All right, well, let's try it and see what happens." And in almost 3 years, we have 3,400 and something members in our group.
Unbelievable.
Not all active. If they thank God they're not all active because I don't know where I would put them all. But all are welcome. I have a great admin staff that I've brought on as we've gone along.
And what do the admins do?
Whatever they can.
Okay. For example.
They help run the events. We have one that calls bingo. Sometimes they do check-ins. For
What to check in? Sorry.
when we have our events, they check people in to make
Oh,
sure
oh, yeah. Okay.
we know who they are and all that good stuff.
Because you can't just show up to your event.
You can if it's the Munch.
Okay, the Munch, yes, but not like any play event.
Yeah, no, because they're in a private location. But yeah, we are very strong with I want to know who you are. People have come up to me at events, goes, "Well, who am I supposed to talk to so I can get vetted?" And I'm like, "You just sit down and you talk to people,
Yeah.
and then we will get the word if you're safe to come to our private events."
Yeah, because
Yeah.
that part, because I mean, obviously we're in the community because we're trying to promote our business, but I've learned that different dungeons have different rules.
Yes.
And some dungeons, it's like just they open their doors like one Friday a month, and
Yes.
anybody can come in off the
Yes.
street. I mean, that sounds very scary. I'm sorry, as a woman, I'm like, I wouldn't want some strange guy walking around with his junk hanging out. No, thank you.
Well, of course, and again, in our private location, clothing is always optional.
No, but you vetted those people, so
course,
you know,
yes.
like you've met them or somebody vetted for
Yeah.
them. So it's like, and you also limit, so not like you're going to have 75 people
Right.
in your dungeon.
Yeah, if
It's
I
gonna
had
be-
that, one of my admins would probably string me up and beat me senseless.
Yeah. So it seems very like when I first looked at your page, like all the rules, it made me feel very secure
Yes.
to
Agreed.
even like come there
Agreed.
to talk to you. I'm like, oh, these people care about the rules and the
Yes.
safety of
and
their
we're
members.
always evolving with our rules and stuff like that to make sure we're incorporating everything that needs to be. Femdom started out where it was my mindset. I know, I get it. Where it was the women topping the men.
Well, that's what femdom is, right?
Yes.
Okay.
However, we have trans people that were starting to come to the groups, and we had to
Right.
incorporate them to make sure that they were welcomed. So then we had a meeting with all of us admins and a few other friends that I knew that were transitioning or whatever stage they are
Right.
in that process. One was a mother of somebody transitioning. So I wanted to make sure we got all of the information we needed from all of the different
love that.
resources to come up with the best mission statement for that group
Right.
so that we could make sure everybody is welcomed. So
Correct.
if a woman wants to come and bring their female partner who is submissive, they can. They're welcome. Granted, the class is more geared towards what we're going to do to torture the men.
Yeah.
Yes. But they can still incorporate it however they need to, or whatever their comfort level is. If that's who they need to bring, they can bring whoever they need to bring.
I love that. I love that. That you're open-minded and you're able to like, oh, hey, this is a whole new thing I didn't even think about. Let me explore.
Right.
Love that.
Yeah. So
That's great.
we are always evolving and changing, hopefully as quickly as we can,
Right.
Yeah.
because the world changes quickly.
Yeah. 100%.
That's what caught me off guard in the absolute best way possible about Kinky College, because Kinky College was like my first real dive into culture,
Okay.
the kink culture. And I've been around kinksters in the past. I've been able to ask questions. I've been able to have great conversations, but I've never been surrounded.
You are surrounded there.
I
yes.
am. Yeah.
And for those of us who don't know what Kinky College is, would you just give a brief synopsis of what Kinky College is?
For the one time that I've been there, yes, let me tell you.
Yeah.
it
And we
is-
went as vendors, not as...
It is a convention. It
Yes.
was a one weekend convention done twice a year where people can come and take classes and educate themselves and to help talk to other people and communicate with other people and converse with other people. That's what
And-
any
and meet
convention
other
is.
like-minded
It's to
people.
connect
Yeah.
communities.
Like
And
if you
then-
ever wondered what role play was, you will go
and-
find a
and
class
you
that
can,
says...
you can learn about it, but more cooler than that is that you can connect with other people and try it.
Yes, because they
Yes.
have
Tapas.
They have the tapas where you get to try the shorter version
Yeah.
of
Which
the
is where I
kink.
got hit with a cattle prod for the first time.
Oh, yeah?
Loved it. Loved it.
Okay.
Yes.
So you didn't know you were into cattle prods until you tried it
it
on
was
tapas.
amazing.
Okay.
It stung for about 10 minutes. And I was like, ooh, this is amazing. Yes.
And then what happened? Because we were there as vendors, so we
Yes.
don't know what happens after. So could you give us a little?
So in tapas, you're going to different stations. One of the people there does really heavy flogging, and I know that he does really heavy flogging, but his line is always super long. And so I was like, one year, I'm like, I am going to him first. I was second in line.
It's like a theme park.
It is. And he was like, what do you want me to hit you with? And I go, they're your toys. Hit me with whatever you want. I don't really care.
Wow,
I'm-
chef's choice.
Yeah, I've learned better now since that. I was second in line, so he was still fresh off the gate. And I was
Oh,
like,
boy.
oof, yeah. Step back in the line a little further next time. He has a 10-pound flogger. It's amazing. Yes, it
Are
is.
you joking?
No, it is amazing. And so we went and did our few things, and his partner was sitting in the chairs to the left of me, and she goes, hold on. And I'm like, okay. And he hit me with the flogger, and I went, please, Lord, let this cross hold me, because he has given me everything he's got. And he hit me about 5 times with it. And he's like, and I'm like, okay, I'm good. I'm in subspace. Like, I have never had subspace doing tapas, because it's just like a taste of it.
Yeah.
but
And he was like,
he
he's like,
got
do you
you
need a
there
warm up?
fast.
I'm like, no, I don't. It's tapas. What do I need a warm up for? What do you need? Do you need aftercare? It's tapas. Again, what do I need aftercare for?
Oh my God.
Yeah, for him, I was like, yeah, I learned. Yes. The answer is yes and yes.
Holy shit.
boy.
Yeah. But he was also at the camping trip last year, and he was doing a demo on wrapping, when you take your whips and floggers and you wrap it around the person's body.
Oh.
So you're hitting
Interesting.
different parts of the body that
Wait, so you hit, and as you hit, it wraps?
it'll wrap around you.
Oh.
So he's behind me, and when he hits, it wrapped around, and he was hitting my chest and everything.
Oh.
So, and he knew he could just have fun with it. And so one of my friends was like, Jesus, you could take a lot. And I go, yeah, I can. It was all good. I walked away, no problem. It's just how I am.
That sounds so
How much
scary.
how much bravado do you think is in the lifestyle versus
good
like
question.
actual people like you seem like you actually enjoy.
I do.
So like how many people do you think are posing for lack of a better term?
Good question.
There are people out there that like to showboat. And they're people I don't play with because I don't believe that to be a safe way of doing things. I do know of people who go to the convention and want to be in the main dungeon at night. And
Okay, just give us a little like what. So there's classes, and after classes, there's a
a dungeon
dungeon.
where people can go and do scenes with their partners
Right.
or
Okay.
pick up another partner and play with them and stuff like
Gotcha.
that. And again, there's people out there that are not in it for the right reasons. They want to do the showboating. That is not how I play. If you're sitting there saying you're not in a good headspace to do something in a private room, but you only want to do things in the public room, you're telling me that you're showboating, and I'm not in it for the show. I'm in it for the art. I'm in it for the love of it. When I first started, I didn't want people watching me do it because I didn't know what I was doing, first of all. I was like, nope, there's other people that are better to watch.
But
I am not your girl.
I get this. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I was at a camping trip and I was flogging someone, and I turned around when I was done, and there was a whole line of people just sitting there, and I went, damn.
You do know what you're doing.
I'm like, y'all are watching this? Like, there's other things you should be watching, not me.
Wow.
But yeah, and then I started getting more comfortable with it. And
Okay.
people will ask me, like, what is this? What is that? And I'm always willing to show people my toys. Play with whatever you want. Get a feel for it. You want me to hit you with it? I'll hit you with it. Gently, of course, because I don't want to hurt anybody.
Unless they want to be heard.
Unless they
Exactly.
want to be here. Yeah. Right.
Yes, unless there's consent for that. But yeah. So like the first time I made a woman cry on the cross, I was like, nope, scene is done. And her husband's like, nope, that's her process. And I'm like, then you need to tell me when she's
Ahead of
done.
time. Yeah.
Because I will keep going, but you have to be my spotter. You have to be my eyes and ears and tell me when she's done. Because I've never had anybody cry on the cross for me before.
And by the, could you define what the cross is?
St. Andrew's cross.
So it's not like Jesus cross.
Nope, it is
Okay.
an X.
An X, okay.
Yes, and we do a lot of different scenes on crosses. We have one in our dungeon.
And what do people do on the crosses? Like, are they tied to it?
You can be tied to it.
Okay.
You can not be tied to it. You can be whatever.
You could face the cross or face away.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Depending on what side of the body you want to hit. So all kinds of fun things happen on a cross. A lot of fun things happen on a spanking bench too.
So what are the main things that you have in your dungeon? You have the cross.
And a spanking bench. I have a restraining chair. I have a wall of restraints. We have a trembler, which is like a Sibian kind of a thing. It's a
People don't know what a Sibian is, Donna.
I know.
Tell
it
us
is
what a
a
Sibian
little
Here we go.
It's a
We're
little-
going to be off of YouTube now.
it's a little fuck machine that has a lot of power to it. So they're a lot of fun. I like to play with those with partners and edge them immensely till they beg for mercy.
And educate us. What is edging?
Edging is where you get them just before they are able to come, and then you stop or lower it, the intensity down, and then bring them back up again.
So you stop them from having an orgasm?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And then just keep going back and forth and back and forth, and then they eventually go, I really need to come at this point.
Well,
Well, were you good? Were you not good? Do you deserve it?
so I mean, there's a billion different ways we can go with this, but the one thing I have learned from this whole conversation is that you are a walking encyclopedia And like you're dropping like so many diamonds of education.
Like we're gonna have like
that-
asterisk explanation.
We could sit here all day, and I want to. But I one of the questions I really want to dive into, I think, is something that most people are going to question that we haven't really touched on yet. What is a dungeon? Because I'll be honest, when I heard the word dungeon, being someone who has played Dungeons and Dragons their entire life.
Yes, and I have never played Dungeons and Dragons,
Oh,
but
girl,
I would love to.
we're having you over. We're having you over.
I would
I'll
love to try
absolutely
that
play it.
sometime.
Oh
Oh
my
my
God,
God,
that'd be
here
fun
we
as hell. Oh, so
I
much
have a
fun.
feeling your dungeon is different than my dungeon.
Just a little
Tad bit.
bit, little bit.
So, and this gets, when I brought up, when we shoot someone in a dungeon, when we shoot a couple in a dungeon, when we shoot an activity in a dungeon, I'll tell another couple or something like that, and they're like, "Oh, you have dungeons like sconces and
Yeah.
like stone walls
Yeah.
and like bars of steel," and I'm like, "No,
No, I have a cage that we could put people in.
you have a cage."
I do have a
I did
cage.
not see the cage. That's awesome.
Yeah, we only bring that out when it really needs to be out because it does take up a lot of
Takes
space.
So, like, can you just explain like what a dungeon is, the vernacular of it?
Basically, it's a dungeon. It's a safe environment for people to go and explore their kink.
And
Oh my
So
God!
fucking simple.
Oh my God! That was so well said.
And it could be like a small room. It could
Yep.
be a big room. It could be several rooms. It could,
It could be a house.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But a
Okay.
It could be a
safe
hotel.
place.
People have done hotel takeovers where they have dungeons there.
Or like a kinky college, they brought
Yeah.
in the equipment
Yeah.
and it was in the basement of the hotel, but then it was a dungeon once they have it set up.
Yep.
Correct.
So
Okay.
on that note, something I was talk about earlier, but I didn't finish, but I do want to talk about it since you just brought that up. Kinky College was so unbelievably amazing because of the inclusivity. And I saw people there who like I got to talk to and said like this is the first time they're ever wearing women's clothing.
Yes.
And my eyes started welling up. Was like not only like fuck yes, like I want you to have the ability to do this, but now you are literally surrounded by people
Yep.
who will come up to you and tell you how proud they are.
Yep.
Or how
Our
beautiful
private
you look.
events.
Yes.
Yeah. Our private events. I've had somebody come up that I've known for a while, and they were there in their woman's attire,
Yeah.
and they were like, "Thank you for having a safe place for me to be able to do this." And I'm
That's
like,
so
"Of course,
amazing.
Yes.
100%."
I love that.
Like every event that we do in the private sector, clothing optional. You can wear whatever you're comfortable wearing in the private areas. Whether it's nothing at all, women's clothes, partially clothed, nighties, doesn't matter.
Nobody bats an eye.
Nobody
Nobody
cares.
cares.
I
Nobody
mean,
cares.
the only betting of I see is people like cheering.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
They're like, good for you.
'Cause they
Like,
look
that's
so
awesome.
amazing.
Oh
Or
yeah,
you look great.
And I
Oh my
love how
gosh,
everybody's
yes.
just like, "Oh, you look amazing," or "Your hair's
Yes.
cute," and like, "Is that a new vlog?" And everybody's just
Yes.
so like
Yes.
chit chatty and friendly. I absolutely love that. Like I, because I was like, I'm like, I'm going to a dungeon, It's like, but it's like. Once I get there, I'm like, oh, like it's just a room with people in it. It's like it was amazing. So thank you for that welcoming atmosphere. Yeah.
Yep. And when we do our bingo, we have different themes so that people can dress up. I don't like doing themes for dungeon because of the fact that you're taking the outfit off.
Gotcha.
So I'd rather do it for bingo when people can be in it the whole time
Yeah.
and just enjoy the night and just
Yeah.
be who they are.
Oh,
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really cool.
And bingo was a hell of a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So thanks
Thanks for
Always fun.
having us.
Thank you for having us. That was
Yes.
a blast.
Yes, the grand prize is a fuck machine. And I know who won at least one.
I don't know. Do you know who won at least one?
I have an idea.
Okay. Anyway,
We've given several away, yes.
so if you want to win your own fuck machine, come to Donna's Dungeon Night.
If
bingo.
they are allowed to.
Yes, once
if
they're
they've
vetted.
been vetted.
Once
yes.
they're vetted. So on that note, walk people out there. Like if they're interested in talking to you, if they're interested in learning more about this, if they're interested in joining a group, like can you walk us through how to find you, the best place to find you?
Best place to find me is on fetlife.com. My fet name is Daddy's Evil Angel 2. Best way to find us is at our munch. It's a great way to get to know people. Very social.
And the name of your group is
Kane County Kinksters. Kick for short. Yes,
And-
she is a badass looking Evil Angel is our logo.
That's the logo.
Yes, I do love her. We also have a side group that we also do, which is Kick Connections.
Oh, what's that?
And that is for people that we have that are active members in our community that we know that are safe, that have been to our private events for quite some time.
Cool.
And we do keep track of this. Yes, I'm very goofy that way. I have spreadsheets for everything.
No, I respect the hell out of
That's
that.
why you guys get along
yes,
with your
absolutely.
spreadsheets, I swear to God.
And they're for people that if they need some help moving or gardening or
Oh,
whatever,
wow.
we've done the initial vetting of them. You still have to do your own personal vetting to make sure that you're comfortable with them. But we've at least said, yes, these people are safe. They're active in our community. We know that they're safe. You can reach out to them.
Wow.
And they're a safe place to go to.
I love
That's
that.
amazing. Wow. Okay.
Yep. So that is our second group that spun off of our original group.
Well, that's like, any group or activity or whatever that actively promotes good community growth and evolution is like deserves a high five. Like it is tremendous what you're doing here.
Because I'm just going to speak for myself as a single woman. I'm like, if I was interested, I would be so scared to go on FetLife to
course.
but the way you make it sound like, if I joined a group and I would like meet somebody like you and then you vet the people, I'm like, okay, that's a lot more comfortable.
As a leader, we try our best to make sure, especially the women that are coming single, are protected and safe, and we keep an eye on them. And if somebody is approaching them and they look like they're uncomfortable, we will step in and we will have conversations and be like, are you good? Do you need us to step back? If you're not good, come and sit with us. Come sit at our table, get to know us, know that you're safe. We have you. You need us to walk you to your car? We will walk you to your car. There's never a problem with that.
And the one thing I do want to mention that I hopefully I'm not speaking out of turn, but if you show up to a kink night, let's say the femdom night or whatever, or any class, you don't have to participate, right?
Nope.
You can just go and you can watch and learn and
Yes.
like ask questions of
Everybody
the people who are not
learns
participating.
differently, and that's why it's so important that we do the class the way we do. The class is structured where the first half is the instructors teaching us. The second half is hands-on. So they get to practice what they've learned. And every event we have for Femdom, they can either do something in that second half that they've learned previously or something they learned that day. They want to practice it. You're in a safe place to do that.
And it's okay to ask questions
course,
because everybody's
always.
there to.
Yes.
Wow, that's fascinating. I love that.
I would say to wrap this up, because you've given us a lot of like positive outlooks to things and like avenues to increase people's education, things like that. What would you say are like some quick do not do's
Excellent
for the
question.
the community?
There's a lot of do not do's. Do not reach out to our group and think that we are individuals, because we are not. We are a group. We don't need to know that you think we're really cute. Okay, we are a group. We have several
thank
admins.
you.
Yeah,
But-
yeah. But I think anybody that, because we've been on the site less than 6 months, he's getting
Of course.
private DMs.
Yeah,
I am
yeah.
too, even
Yes.
though we're clearly a business.
Right,
but
and
it's just
it's an org.
Yeah.
It's an organization.
Yeah.
People don't
People don't
realize
read.
that. They don't
Right,
look at
right.
that, and they're like, "Hi, I want you to sit on my face." Well, which one of the admins would you like to do that?
All of us? Well, come on down.
You're gonna have a busy
Pick
night.
one. Yeah. So
funny.
just know this is not for you just to be rude and crude. You know,
Right. It's
have
not a
some
dirty
respect.
talking site.
No,
Yeah.
it's not. And we are a community. We watch out for each other. We protect each other. We even have business cards we've made up with red flags and green flags for relationships, and red flags and green flags for dom and subs and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah,
Love
When
that.
we have
love
those.
that.
Yeah, when we have our
Okay.
community table, when we do different community tables, we always put those out for people to take
Hell
with
yes.
them. It's so important
great.
that
It's like
people know that.
Bartenders would give like code words and stuff
Right.
like that.
Yeah. I mean, you don't know what you don't know. Like,
Correct.
for example, when I
Right.
was doing the photo shoot, I touched somebody's toy And because I was just going to move it to where I wanted it. And like somebody just like came over and like, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't ever do
Right.
that. I'm like, oh my God,
that was
I'm
me.
so sorry.
I'm just letting you know.
Yeah.
I'm not throwing anyone under the bus for that one. That one was me.
Okay.
I was
Just,
like, don't
you know.
touch
Well,
their
and
stuff.
at
didn't
one point, you
know.
were going to put your hand on somebody to guide them, and I'm
Yeah.
like, ask for consent.
Thank
you know,
you.
really important.
Thank you. That's
Yeah.
why you're there
know.
to teach me the things. Yes.
Yes.
I
So-
didn't know that you couldn't touch people's stuff. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay.
no. It's,
Okay.
It's a rule in many, many dungeons.
Yes.
You don't touch anybody's stuff or their persons or their subs without
Oh.
permission. Yes. You
Okay.
have to have permission for that.
Another topic for another
Okay.
time. And on that note, Donna, thank
Thank
you.
you
Thank you for
so
having
much.
me.
Unbelievably
Yes.
for spending your time with us and
Thank
educating
you.
us.
Thank you for having me.
I'm still processing half the stuff she told us. It's like, and I knew a lot.
Well, I mean, but please come back.
Yes.
Because like
Anytime.
This was so much fun.
This was like a great like table of contents, open speak,
Yeah.
like, and then let's like fine tune it for next time, and we can like really hone tune. And on
Whatever you
that
want.
note, write in and let us know what questions you have for Donna, and we can get you like a master list for the next
Yes,
time.
I
Yeah.
will be happy to answer any questions.
And if Donna doesn't know, Donna will find out and
I
let
have
us
resources.
know. She
I
has
got a guy.
Oh, you are
yeah,
you are the woman that knows everybody.
I inherited it from my family. Can't help it.
Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us, and Donna, thank you.
Thank you.
for everything, for literally for everything you do for the community. It's tremendous.
It's my pleasure.
Do you think we should have like a fun ending, like whatever you do, make sure you pull out or something like that?
After an hour of not sex talk,
I
you
gotta
end with a sex joke.
I wanted to do a little something. I'm sorry.
A little something.
Well, if you want, you can
Hey!
get on the table and I can flog you.
No,
Okay.
but thank you.
But it would look good on camera.
Maybe that'll be episode 2.
Ooh, I'll bring my toys.
Don't look so excited. You're gonna be after me.
No, shit. Well, that's a wrap.
If this episode cracked something open for you, confused you, turned the light on, or made you rethink some old assumptions, that's the point.
Sex, kink, and desires are never one size fits all. They're personal, they're evolving, and they deserve way more respect than the stereotypes give them.
We're not here to tell you what to want. We're here to champion everyone figuring it out for themselves, safely, consensually, and without shame.
If you learned something today, sit with it. If something challenged you, interrogate it. And if something resonated, explore it.
You can find out more of our work, our art, and everything bad at boudoirafterdark.com.
And if you're brave enough to keep learning with us,
We'll see you next time. Stay curious.
stay unapologetic.
Stay bad.
You are my